Okay, so I'm about to show you a live Loom where I close a 1.5K a month client. Now we use Loom in our sales process to audit accounts and help show clients exactly what we can do to help them get results and therefore help them become a customer. In this video, I've got a real Loom that I showed to a real prospect that then became a customer. Enjoy.
Hey, how's it going? Brad here. Just wanted to drop you a quick video running through your account. Just had a look and there's quite a few areas of room for improvement, which is great. So I'll jump straight into it. I know you're busy, but we'll start right at the top. So the big issue right out the gate here is basically what you're optimizing for inside of the campaigns. Facebook essentially is very good at giving you what you ask it for. So in this situation right now, you've got 3 campaigns set up, one of which is optimized for reach, one of which is optimized for post engagements, and the other is optimized for landing page views. And obviously you're spending, a decent budget between these 3 on a daily basis. Now, when you're, for example, if we look at the landing page campaign here, when you're asking Facebook to go out and find people that will go onto your landing page, essentially it's trying to find people that will go onto the landing page and not necessarily take much more action than that. If you look back at strategies, maybe you've watched some content on Facebook ads. If you watch content from a couple of years ago, a lot of the strategies would have been, you've got to build up to the add to carts and the purchases. So you might start with traffic campaigns, then go to view content, then add to cart and then purchase. But this day and age right now, the most optimal thing to do is to actually optimize for purchases, conversions for purchase, pretty much out the gate. So I know you have got a couple of campaigns here where you have optimized for it in the past. Maybe you didn't get results, which is why maybe you've taken a step back. But yeah, really important that we're getting optimized for those purchases there.
Okay, so 86.7% of people that are trying to grow their agency and watch this YouTube channel are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button down below.
So the next key thing is the structure here. So you've got the traffic test, the reach and the engagement, but there's no real structure to this. Now, if we have a look over on your events manager right now, you actually get quite a lot of traffic here. So you get 43,000 web visits in the last 30 days, 15,000 view content. And I know if we take a look here, 1.3 thousand add to carts and just 165 purchases. So as you can see, there's a big discrepancy between people that are dropping off between add to cart and purchase, even between people that view content and even land on the website. And obviously this is a correlation with what I've just said, right? Because if you look here, you've got 43,000 page views, but not too many people taking much further action. And that could be a lot to do with the fact that you're actually running those traffic campaigns there, okay? So what we want to do in terms of the structure here is we want to make sure, first of all, that we've got a proper funnel structure in the account to target new cold businesses, top of funnel. We also want to make sure we've got a structure to retarget those people, be that middle or bottom of funnel. And then even post-purchase campaigns, retargeting people who have bought before to purchase again. So what we'd recommend here is having a top of funnel campaign optimized for purchases, where we do our testing on an audience level, our creative and copy testing. Then we have a separate campaign where we retarget all the people that have landed on the website, added to cart, but maybe not actually purchased yet. And then also people who have, if you've got a social media audience or maybe you've got an email list, retargeting all of those people who know of your brand, but maybe haven't taken, the action of actually having to purchase yet. Okay, so that's what we want to do. And then it would initially probably start on a smaller level, but we would want to make sure that we do post-purchase as well at some point, because we want to target the people that are pretty much your warmest people, which are people who've actually, taken a credit card and spent money with you before and actually purchased before. So that's going to be really important to do as well. That would probably start on a really low budget, because I know you got 165 sales last month. So it's not a huge seed size, but we do, even on a small budget, want to make sure that we are retargeting those people. Okay. So first things first, a full revamp in terms of the structure of the campaigns, making sure we optimize for the right thing, getting rid of the engagement, the reach and the traffic campaigns, and moving that all over to conversions. Okay, that's going to be really, really important.
Okay, so just a quick one. If you're interested and serious about growing your agency, I've got a 100% free 170-page guide on how to grow your agency from scratch down below. Put loads of time into it. Go and check it out.
Next up as well, even if we look inside some of your ad sets here in terms of who you're targeting, I think there's a lot of room for improvement. So at the minute, what works really well for us is stacking audiences. Facebook's very good at finding people once it starts to get conversions and starts to get sales. It's very good at learning to find more people like that. And from a scalability perspective, we're actually finding across the board with all of our clients stacking audiences together, as long as there's parallel, between them, to be very important. So, for example, right now you've got a lookalike here at 2%. Okay, what we would actually recommend doing is having what we call a stack lookalike. So you might do a lookalike at 2, 3, 4, 5%, but you might have a lookalike of web visits, an email list lookalike of purchases, and you stack them all within the same ad set, and then your ad set becomes lookalike stacked. Okay, and then you would test that maybe against an interest stack. What this does is by combining these audiences together, increasing this audience size up here, it's just going to mean that you've got more people to be able to find, Facebook to be able to search and find through to actually get purchases for you, which is, really, really, really powerful. Okay, so next up as well, so obviously that's going to be basically the way, the audiences is which we target. There needs to be more audiences that we target, broader, more stacked. It's going to be really important. Then next up as well, even if we have a look at some of the creative and copies, now you actually have been doing some split testing here, which is great. But if I go over, for example, and take a look at, I think it's your retargeting one here. No, I think it must be on the engagement campaign then. Yeah, so for example, if we look at the creatives like this. So for me personally, I think there's a lot of room for improvement on the creative. There's a lot of room for improvement on the copy. I think especially the day and age we live in right now, the creative specifically is very important in terms of, getting people to engage, actually clicking and improving the click-through rate of the ads, and therefore getting more people to the site and getting more sales. So it's going to be extremely important that we look to improve the copies, look to improve those creatives as well. That's going to have a huge major impact. I think if you look at maybe some of your competition and some of the higher level creatives that they've got compared to maybe something like you're using here, I think that would have a major impact in terms of the results. But overall, the good news is, whilst you are doing some of these things, you're doing a bit of retargeting, you've got some Instagram engager audiences, the structure's not there, what we're optimizing for is wrong, and there's a ton of improvement both from an audience, creative and copy perspective, which means there's huge potential to definitely get these results improved. If you have any questions regarding this, please be sure to let myself or Cayman know. We'll be very happy to answer. Look forward to answering any questions you have. Thanks so much.
Okay, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more behind the scenes on a day-to-day of me running the agency, make sure to check out this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe here for more.